population, civilization as it is known today could not have evolved nor can survive without an adequate food supply. This statement clearly demonstrates the agricultural industry of today and the future of our food supply that we are faced with. The world population is assumed to grow over 9 billion people by 2050. Sadly, at this time, the agricultural industry is unable to meet the demands of those 9 billion people. The use of GMOs comes into play here. Scientists have found that this is the best alternative to meeting that food supply. Genetically modified organisms are a crop that incorporate new genes from one species into a completely different species through genetic engineering, optimizing agricultural performance. GMOs are a solution that many agriculturalists are using today because it allows farmers to meet the food supply quota, it makes farming practices more efficient, and it allows the crops to be sustainable to those environmental factors that it could have endured in the past. First of all, GMOs have allowed farmers to meet the food supply. As of today, farmers feed 140 people, and farmers represent less than 2% of our working population. GMOs are helping solve this problem by allowing farmers to plant more crops on less land. They are also helping by allowing less use of fertilizer and spraying of crops. According to Scientific America, GMOs improve soil structure because the herbicide-resistant crops require less or no tilling at all. A higher income for farmers, reduced vitamin A deficiency, virus, and drought resistance. Regular plants require weekly fertilization, but these GMO plants require bi-weekly fertilization, which helps in the cost of fertilizer and the time spent by the farmer. The agricultural industry has increased production also and gotten rid of the uncertainty of world hunger for the future. As you can see, our world population is supposed to hit 9 billion by 2040 and 2050. As the number of farms declines in our nation, the number of people farmers will be able to feed will decrease. Secondly, agricultural practices have become more efficient due to GMOs. The practice of using GMOs has allowed more crops to be produced with less land. According to the University of Santa Barbara, foods have better texture and flavor as well as longer shelf life in the supermarket due to GMOs. Also, the Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations has said by inserting GMOs, rice and wheat have increased in their food value. By inserting a precursor of vitamin A, the wheat and rice has increased in its vitamin A levels, which has helped with vitamin A deficiency. The future of food supply is no longer in question because they can produce more from the GMOs. According to the Boston Globe, golden rice was created in order to help the starving children in third world countries. GMOs help aid this crop in helping the hungry. As you can see, this is the golden rice here, and you can see that the vitamin A deficiency went down. This was the original, and that is after the golden rice. GMOs have also had a bad rep for being unhealthy. However, they are as healthy as the original products and are spray blessed with pesticides. They also look the same, so there's really no difference between a conventional use and a GMO crop. Finally, crops are more sustainable to environmental factors that could have in the past destroyed the crop. The crop of corn is a great example of this because it has become more insect repellent. According to Nature Education in 2016, corn has become more resistant to the European corn burrow due to the adding of the protein CRY1AB. Also, the crop of plums has also been able to sustain any virus that it may have been plagued with before. As you can see in this picture, this is plum pox, and according to Nature's Education, plums have been able to resist plum pox, which has previously affected the crop. Also, this new research has allowed more practical issues to be associated with GMOs. According to Tufts University College of Nutrition, until now, all GMOs have been used to target pest-related problems. However, more and more they are focusing on the practical uses of crops, such as apples that don't brown so quickly and potatoes that are less bruised. GMOs are a new and upcoming practice in the field of agriculture. Many times, the public sees that they are unhealthy and dangerous to their health. However, they are not and provide more benefits than problems. GMOs are a solution that many agriculturalists are using today because it allows more food to become available, it helps that food supply quota be met, makes farming practices more efficient, and allows crops to be more sustainable to environmental factors. I hope the public becomes more in tune with the agricultural industry and the progression it is taking in order to meet that demand of 9 billion people in 2050.